Every experienced or chat developers use NVChat like the PrimeGen or Typecraft. As you see, many of us nowadays use VS Code. Previously, we used to use Atom that was based on Electron.js. So basically, VS Code is also based on Electron.js, and it is the fork of Atom. And nowadays each and every one of us, that means in the developer community, all of us using VS Code. But some of the chat developers or in simply experienced or beta developers are using NVChat or VIM based code editors. Like VI, the code editor was being used from the beginning of time. Later on, Vim became the go-to for many of our developers. Later on, NVChat, that becomes the most favorite editor between developers. Like as you see, it feels and looks like VS Code editor. As you see in the left side, I can open multiple file links, file editors. It feels like a file manager on the left, and even it works with the mouse, and you can open multiple window. As an example, if I double click on this, it gets open on a new window rather opening within a same panel, and you are having a close button over there. So if you double click on any file, it gets open and it is quite fast. And if you are having a very slow or even like a system with a 500 MB of RAM, you will be able to completely glide through all those programs and editors. So it is a blazingly fast code editor, especially if you are dealing with multiple folders and files. There are so many tutorials online. By following those tutorials, you can easily get set up and running using NVChat. But I have found some difficulties using those tutorials, so it was quite a bit of hard for me. So let me enlist some of the initial installation procedure. If you are using any Debian derivative, you must install some of the predefined configurations like curl, gcc, make, font config, unzip, ripgrep, git, fd and xclif. fd is required if you are using telescope. Like if you see, I am trying to use the leader and fb. As you see, I got the file browser, and even within the file browser I can use the mouse. That is the best part of this file browser. I can use this one. See, it opens again. The leader generally means pressing the space button. As you press the space button and followed by FB, it opens the file browser. As you see, this one, file browser, and you can navigate using this file browser. See, so it was an example to use the file browser. For the file browser to work properly, you must install FD. So if you are using any Debian derivatives, after installing all those initial packages, you must follow the simple procedure to install NVIM. After installing NVIM, before you install NVIM, you must follow those steps. See, you must have NeoVim 0.1 or above, and you must have the NARD font installed on your system, and make sure you don't have NARD font, any kind of font that is having a mono. If you follow the NARD font website, you will find there are multiple NARD fonts are available, like this one. This one is having Anonymous Pro, that is not having the mono. But as you see, some of the fonts are having mono on the end, like this one, Intel 1 mono. So it will not work properly on the terminal side, because mono will provide smaller icons. So you must avoid any kind of mono fonts to be installed on your system. Better you go without mono, and later on you will need this binary package especially for the telescope. And you must remember to include gcc and make. If you are using Windows, I don't know what you will do. I only use Windows only to play games, and only to play games with my children's. So I'm not sure about Windows, but I want to mention regarding the Docker. You can follow this command to install using Docker, but I am pretty much sure you must install the NVChat within your base system only, so that you can leverage all the power and benefits within your own system. And if you are using Flatpak, you can use this command to use within Flatpak, but I am quite sure that Flatpak ones are better if you avoid those Flatpaks and you install just by bare metal, that means within on your system. And after you install your NVCHAD, before you install your NVCHAD, you must install all those fonts. As you see, this command will install this. As you see, I prefer using 0x proto font. This command will download the font, then you can use this command to copy all those zipped font into your font folder, then fc cache -fv to properly set up all those fonts. And do not use this kind of scripts to install all of the scrappy fonts. Later on you must use this command to install NVIM, so later on you will be able to use NVIM. This is the final step when you install NVIM. And there is one main NVIM additional functionality that is very needed and you must install and use, that is called NVIM tree. By using NVIM tree, you will be able to use this kind of facilities like leader FB. So you will be able to browse using this. See, it is so easy to browse using NVIM tree. So for NVIM tree, you can edit this and you can add this key map, this one, so that you will be able to use NVIM tree by leader means space and then followed by FB, so you will be able to use this telescope file browser. Okay, that was a lot for today. Let's see you tomorrow.